And hello everyone, and welcome to another week of recaps here with me, Matthew96, doing the GMAN Season 15 Division 4B recap for Week 9. So, this week we have a lot of admin matches, which makes me guess it's gonna be a way shorter stream slash VOD than usual. These also mean we are near the end of the season. We have just 3 recaps before the end. This kind of saddens me. I will really miss doing this. But anyway, so I'd say we should move and go to our stream for today. Sorry if I'm a bit down. I have some stuff I'm clicking around randomly, just trying to make everything work. I had some internet issues. It started snowing, so let it snow, but please don't take my internet connection away. Uh, so yeah, let's move on to the recap stream if something opens up. All right, there we are. Okay, so yeah, let's move on to our day 9 out of 13 for this division. Okay, so we start with Graf Billy's Vendetta against Sigmar Blood Knights RBBL. This is an admin match. We can see Graf Billy's Vendetta getting the win with the MVPs on Marrock Reborn and Shrunken Bob. Something is missing out here. There we are. Okay, so as we were saying, 2 MVPs, Shrunken Bob being close to another level up, while Marrock Reborn is quite far away. There's not really much to say about this game, so we're going to move on to Graf Billy's Vendetta team development live, because I don't have the screenshot for admin games. So we can see really Graf Billy still waiting for his level up. And what else can we say? Shrunken Bob, the Wrestle Dodge Beastman, being close to a level up with just 1 SPP away, so it might be a vanity pass here in one of the next few matches, which are going to close the season. Anything else to report? Not really. So yeah, we are still waiting for really Gruff Billy to get his level up. That's pretty much it for this week for these two teams. Oh no, I clicked too many times back, sorry. So as we say in the info, as it is written in the info panel for the predictions, admin matches that are not, if unless I know before the predictions that the match isn't going to be played, we are still gonna assign points. So we're going to assign points for those who predicted that Beer Monkey would win the match. Oh, I forgot to also update the prediction board, sorry. So this also was a rivalry match, so it's still worth 3 points. And not too many people voted, so let's see who actually got those points. So for the rivalry match, we can see the winners are Eringzord, Anoraf, Draconius, and Korbor. Congratulations on your points, because you were able to predict that Morales couldn't play, because you are very, very wise. Yeah, I'm just trying to make this a bit funnier. So Eringzord gets 3 points. Then we've got Anoraf getting 3 points, going up to 26. Then we've got Draconius getting 3 points, going up to 19. And we've got Korbor going up to 29. Alright, and this was the first match of the week, very fast. And moving up to another very fast match recap, we got, if I'm correct, oops, wrong day, sorry. We got Manor Muppets against Ruffin the Ref. As this is the other admin match of the week. So we got Manor Muppets winning by admin win. We can see the MVPs went to Kermit the Frog, which just got a level up from that, and on Animal, which is one MVP away from another level up. So let's go and see the team development of Chubstep team. Let's go and check it in here. So let me. I've already forgotten who was the guy. I'm sorry. Should have written them down. Yeah, that's the nice things of live streams. Yeah, just give me a second. I'm gonna get it back very soon. Kermit the Frog. All right. Let's go here and let's see Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog got Mighty Blow. So now we've got a Strength plus Guard Mighty Blow Blitzer. Very nice for Chubstep here. Another another piece that can instill fear in the opponents. So yeah, that's pretty much it for these two matches. So let's go and check for the predictions and see who got the fact that Chubstep would have won by admin. So the winners are Zord, Anora, Draconius, and Corbor. Again. Oh, that is something. Okay, so I'm gonna assign points again to you guys. Let's see. Zord going up 24. And we got Anora going up to 27. And we got Draconius, which I cannot find in the file as usual. Oh, there we are. And up to 20. And we got Corbor going up to 30. That's a milestone. All right. Moving on. Now we can actually start doing some recaps. Okay, so schedule and day 9. All right, everything is already set up. So for the first match of the week, I would say, the third actually, but still, we've got Dark Mode for the win against Rebel Vaporwelves with a 4-0 victory for the Dark Mode for Win team. We can see on Dark Mode for Win side 4 touchdowns and 16 armor breaks against the 2 passes and 5 armor breaks from Rebel Vaporwelves. We can see the MVP went on Notepad++, which is a level up from our rookie lineman. Then we got the MVP for Rebel Vaporwelves on Aleaias REBBL. Very close to another level up, just 1 touchdown away or 3 passes. It's still elves, so they can do these 3 SPPs easily. Moving to the statistics, as you would expect from a 4-0 match, we can see Dark Mode for win with an 81% of ball possession against just a 6% ball possession. So we can see the Dark Elves dominating the ball play and also the blocking game. So I would say that Fiatalaksha definitely did have a hard time dealing with the Dark Elves. We can see 51 blocks against 28, with Dark Mode for win inflicting 3 KOs and 3 injuries, and also running way more than the Rebel Vaporwelves. Moving to the SPPs, we got 5 SPPs on Notepad++, 3 SPPs on Rider, 2 SPPs on VS Code, 9 SPPs on Discord, 2 SPPs on Regex 101, and 2 SPPs on VS 2019. This was for Dark Mode for win. For Rebel Vaporwelves, we got 5 SPPs on Aleaias REBBL, 1 SPP on Loser 99, and 1 SPP on Irayan Ruglinarin. Alright, moving to the D6s. For Dark Mode for win, we can see very few D6s being thrown around, with 15 ones and 15 sixes, with average stuff in the middle. So we can see a total of 18 armor rolls being rolled, with just 5 failures, which didn't end up in any injury or casualties. So pretty great, just a few stunts for the Dark Elves. We can see 11 successful dodges out of 13, so a bit above the average statistic considering elves. We can see jump up working once with no failures. We can see 3 successful catches out of 4. We can see 4 successful GFIs out of 5. We can see 5 successful pickups. Very nice. No ones rolled here. And then we can see 2 failed passes from the dark mode for win. And that's it for the D6s of this team. Moving up to the REBBL Vaporwelves, we've got let's see here, a lot of failures on armors. So we got 21 failures on armor rolls with just 18 successes. So this was very hard on Fiat Luxia team, considering most of his team was on the ground for most of the time. Out of those 21 failures, we can see 7 injuries, which ended up in 5 casualties. So we can see they suffered a lot of damage in the process of this match. We can see a lot of failed dodges, very terrible for elves, with 9 failures and 16 successes, which is way below average considering they're mostly AG4. Sure, there are some injured players with dodge. Then we've got also the KO rolls went pretty much badly for Fiat with a 33% in wake up rolls being successful. Sorry, so it's 6 failures and just 3 successes, considering it's a coin toss. So yeah, that's pretty hard on the team. We can see 2 failed pickups with 3 successful pickups. We can see 2 successful passes with just 1 failure. We can see 3 successful catches with just 1 failure. We can see a lightning bolt being thrown. Then we've got 3 failed going for it with 4 successful going for it. So considering the percentages here, we can say that the REBBL Vaporwelves on D6s had a terrible game. We've got 38 ones against 35 sixes, considering that these 5s and these 6s are mostly on armor and injury rolls. So I would say that in general, the D6s of Fiat were absolutely wrecking. Moving to the blocking dices. For Dark Mode for the win, we've got 23 skulls against 16 pows with the average stuff in the middle. We can see here 1 in 9, sorry, both down being accepted. We can see a 1 in 36 being rerolled. We've got another 1 in 36 being rerolled, and a 1 in 36 being accepted from the Dark Mode for win. And some 1 in 9s being thrown around. Also another one, no, sorry, it's the page was starting. So yeah, we can see some defensive rerolls for Dark Mode for win. It didn't really need to be too much aggressive, considering that most of these POWs and defender stumble result and probably even some buff downs led to injuries and not waking up KO rolls. So yeah, I would say this is fairly normal. Moving to the REBBL Vaporwelves blocking dices, we can see 13 scars against 13 POWs with 2 1 in 36s being rerolled, so it's 2 rerolls here just being used defensively. Then we've got, I would say, either an aggressive reroll or, yeah, it's an aggressive reroll here with a defender stumble as a result. We can see a lot of buff downs and a 1 in 9 here being accepted by Fiat Luxia, and nothing more extraordinary later. So yeah, on dices, I would say that Fiat Luxia here had to deal with a lot of troubling stuff. We're gonna see the casualties in the team development very soon. Alright, so let's move to the team development part of this match recap. For the Dark Mode for win, Major Bets team, we've got an increase in fun factor of +1 going up to 8, and then we can see 2 nice level ups on Rider, the Witch Elf, the level 6 Witch Elf getting sidestep. So this piece, I would say, it's very complete with movement up, mighty blow, tackle, block, which you have to be scared of both for the ball play and the fighting game. Also the defensive game now, considering sidestep. Then we can see the level up on Notepad++, the one we've talked before, getting dodge, so that's nice level up standard here. And that's pretty much it for the team development of Major Byte. So let's move on to Feluxia team development. So we can see a decrease in fan factor going back to 5. Then we've got Lakvatus champion being MNG'd for the next game. And then we can see Elias Rimmel being MNG for the next week. So even if there were a lot of casualties, we can see no real damage being dealt on the team. Alright, let's move to the predictions of this match. Let's see who predicted that Major Bat would win. So this was another rivalry match, the second rivalry match, and also this is the only week we've got two rivalry matches um, in the same week. So the winners are Eringzord, Anoraf, me, Corbor, and Beer Monkey. Let's go and assign your point very soon. Alright, so we're starting with Eringzord as usual, going up to 27. Then we've got 3 points on Anoraf, going up to 30, reaching the high numbers here. And we got me going up to 26. Then Corbor going up to 33. And Beer Monkey going up to 27. Very close, everything that can still happen in this leaderboard. Alright, let's move on to the next match. Okay, so we've got the Action All-Stars against the Very Necromantic Necros. It's a 2-0 victory for Action All-Stars against the Very Necromantic Necros. We can see, I'm having some trouble with OBS, alright. We can see 2 touchdowns and 14 armor breaks and 1 expulsion for the Action All-Stars Draconius team against the 1 death, 5 armor breaks and 1 expulsion for the Very Necromantic Necros. We've got the MVPs on Robert McCall, the level 6 runner, very nice, getting an MVP here. It's still 70 SPPs away from another level up, we can see he's already a great piece. And we can see an MVP on Slack, Rookie Zombie, getting his first 5 SPPs. Let's move to the statistics of the match. We've got, as we would expect from a 2-0 victory, a 43% of ball possession from Action All-Stars against an 18% of ball possession from the Very Necromantic Necros. We can see the Norse also dominating the blocking game with 52 blocks succeeded against 34. From Action All-Star side, we've got 6 KOs inflicted, 2 injuries inflicted, and 1 kill inflicted, while for the Very Necromantic Necros, we've got 3 injuries inflicted. For the SPPs, we've got 5 SPPs on Robert McCall, 2 SPPs on John Wack IV, 3 SPPs on Roger Murdoch III, 2 SPPs on Johnny Recco Jr., and 3 SPPs on Brian Kills Jr. For the Very Necromantic Necros, we've got 5 SPPs on Slack, 4 SPPs on Bjorn Legacy Alexander, and 2 SPPs on Wolfgar the Harbinger. On to the dice rolls. So for Action All-Stars, we got 17 ones and 9 sixes, considering these sixes. So very few dice being thrown. We can see a lot of 2s and a lot of 5s. So let's go and analyze their dice in the specific sections. So we've got 6 failures on armor rolls against 19 successes, which is quite great considering that Norse are AV7 team. So I would say this is slightly above average in a percentage. We can see of those 6 failures, 4 were injuries, which ended up in 3 casualties. We can see 2 successful pickups against 1 failure. We can see 1 successful wake up after KO with no failures. We can see 2 successful catches with 1 failure. We can see the Yeti acting almost always accordingly with 10 successful wild animal rolls and just 2 failures. We can see the loner roll being successful. We can see 3 going for it being successful and 2 going for it being failures. So below average on GFIs. We can see 2 successful dodges with no failures and 1 jump up working. Moving to the very necromantic necros, we can see way more dices with 31s and 28 sixes, and the usual stuff in the middle with, I would say, way more 2s than 5s. We can see for the armor rolls 29 successful armor rolls with 13 failures, and out of those 13 failures we can see 8 injuries, which ended up in 1 casualty. I would say the death we have talked before. We can see 11 failures on dodges with 6 successful dodges, so way below average considering even if either zombies or flesh golems dodged, it's still way below the average you would expect here. Then we can see 3 failures on catches with 1 successful catch. We've got 3 successful GFIs with no failures. We can see 7 failures on KOs waking up with just 3 successful KOs getting up, so even here it's way below average. We can see 3 failures on Chainsaw from the Norse team. We can see no, that's the casualty, we already talked about it. We can see regen not working with 2 failures out of 2 regen rolls. We can see the loner failing his roll. Then we've got, let's see here, we've got 1 failure on the pickup with 2 successful pickups, and we can see 1 successful pass and 1 failed pass. For the blocking dices, for Action All-Stars, we've got 16 scars against 20 pals. We can see 1 in 9 being rerolled into a defender stumble, so this was probably a hit. We can see a buff down here being taken, but it's not, so it's not a problem. We can see a 1 in 36 being rerolled. We can see a 1 in 9 being rerolled, so this is an aggressive reroll. 1 in 9 being rerolled into a POW. Some buff down being taken. And here's some 1 in 9s being taken as a result. Alright, moving to the very necromantic necros blocking dices, we can see 6 scars and 12 POWs. We've got a 1 in 9 being rerolled, some buff downs being taken, uphill block here failed with a skull. And we can also see here an aggressive reroll being a buff down as a result. Alright, so this was the match, and let's move to the team developments of the 2 teams we've seen here. So for the Action All-Stars, we've got a niggling injury on Connor McLeod Jr. No level ups for now. We can see both Marty Rips and Roger Murdoch being 1 touchdown away from their level ups. Considering their rookie Ulf Werner, it's a bit difficult being AG2. Still, you want them to get block so they can reliably attack their opponents with their strength 4. And we can see John Wackforth being 1 MVP away from another level up. Also, Gabriel Crash, the Berserker, being 1 MVP away from the level up. Alright, that's it for Action All-Stars. Let's move to the very necromantic necros. You can see the necros hiring 2 new flesh golems called Diwan and the other one. Yeah, I have no fantasy, sorry. Then we can see the death we've talked before, which was Gore the Butcher Cut, which was a rookie flesh golem. And then we can see 2 rookie zombies being retired called Just a Random Guy and Corp Cut. To, I guess, trim the team value. No real team developments on the team. Alright, let's move to our prediction board and see who scores some points. So, nobody voted for the win of Draconius, so no one gets a point. Alright, moving up to the next match. Here we have, let's see, Hightune Hustlers against the Redmond Forever. We can see the Hightune Hustlers winning 3-0 against the Redmond Forever. We've got from the Hightune Hustlers side 3 touchdowns, 1 pass, and 13 armor breaks against the 1 death and 14 armor breaks from the Redmond Forever. We can see the MVPs going to Colt Darlow for Hightune Hustlers and unfortunately to a loner guy for the Redmond Forever. Moving up to the statistics, we can see the Redmond Forever having slightly more ball possession than the Hightune Hustlers. This unfortunately wasn't enough to score the touchdowns they needed to win. We can see the Redmond Forever playing fairly defensively and getting the ball in their own half of the pitch. However, considering this 31% of occupation of opponents are from the Hightune Hustlers, I would say that the Hightune Hustlers managed to steal the ball from the Reds and sack it for the win. We can see the Redmond Forever throwing more blocks than the Hightune Hustlers, with 3 KOs inflicted and 2 injuries inflicted against the 28 blocks seeded of the Hightune Hustlers, being a 1 KO inflicted, 4 injuries inflicted, and 1 kill inflicted. Very close on running as well, the two teams. We can see the Hightune Hustlers getting 5 SPPs on Colt Darlow, 11 SPPs on Butch Gazady, 6 SPPs on Steve Sharper, and 1 SPP on John Wayne Beresford. For Redmond Forever, we've got 5 SPPs on the Loner Guy, then we've got 2 SPPs on Zatz and 2 SPPs on Tritz. Moving to the dice rolls of the Hightune Hustlers, we've got 22 ones against 22 sixes with average stuff in the middle. I would say a lot of more 5s than 2s. We can see 14 failures on armor roll with 17 successful armor rolls. Out of those 14 failures, 6 were injuries, which ended up in 3 casualties. Then we can see 4 successful catches with just 1 failure. We can see 22 successful dodges with just 1 failure. So this is way above average even for elves. We can see 8 successful GFIs with no failures. So this is also above average. We can see 3 successful pickups with 2 failures. We can see 3 KOs not getting back up with just 1 successful KO roll. And then we can see 1 successful pass and a lightning bolt being thrown on the pitch. Moving to the Redmond Forevers, we've got 14 failures on armor rolls with 10 successful rolls. So, you know, this is what you expect from AV7 teams. However, it's never great for Reds when this happens. So we can see out of those 14 armor failures, we've got 6 injuries, which ended up in 5 casualties. This is a huge number of casualties. Then for the going for it, we've got 8 successful going for it with 1 failure, sorry, and we've got 26 successful dodges with 6 failures. So I would say that it's average on dodges if those dodges were made by gutter runners. Otherwise, it would be actually slightly above average considering alignments are AG3. Then we got 5 successful pickups with just 1 failure. We've got 1 successful catch and 1 failed catch. We've got 1 KO getting back up with no failures. We've got 1 bribe working correctly. Then we've got 2 failed stab rolls. And then we've got 2 successful dauntless rolls. For the D6s, he had 22 ones and 26 sixes, considering that these 5 and 6s are mostly on the armor rolls and injury and casualties. Moving to the blocking dices of Hightune Hustlers, we've got 11 skulls against 13 pals. We can see a 1 in 36 being rerolled, some buff down being accepted here and there. Then we can see another 1 in 36 being rerolled into a pal, and not much else to say. Moving up to the Redmond Forever blocking dices, we've got a 1 in 36 on Zatz, which ended up in a pal. And then Some both down being accepted, a 1 in 9 here, another 1 in 9 here, and a lot of 1 in 9s here in the third page, so it's 6 1 in 9s in total, not being rerolled. Alright, so that's it for rerolls and stuff for the blocking game. As we said, a 3-0 victory for Haitun Hustlers. I would say very well played from both coaches, Haitun Hustlers for sucking the ball and Redmond Forever for trying doing their best, even with the armor rolls being definitely against them, even if they had threw way more blocks. So let's go and go for the team development. Sorry, I was opening the the prediction board. Let's go and see for the Haitun Hustlers. If it opens. Alright, there we are. So we can see a lot of level ups here and there. We've got Baj Gazadi getting dodge, so it's now a mighty blow, block, tackle, dodge, catcher. Amazing. Then we can see Colt Darlow getting dodge here. And then we've got John Wayne Beresford, if I remember correctly, I called it last week, getting strong arm. So now he's a pass, safe throw, dodge, accurate, strong arm thrower. This is an absolute menace here, what we are seeing here. He can pass from almost anywhere on the pitch. And this catcher definitely, these 4 catches with Norberto Saluno being movement plus are an absolute threat for the defensive lineups. You cannot be safe from this team now. Totally not. If the 1-turn touchdowns were easy before, now they're going to be even more unstoppable. Alright, moving now. I guess he wants Hail Mary pass at this point on John Wayne Beresford if he manages to get another level up. I would say so. Maybe. We're gonna see. Maybe some diving catch here, just to spice things up a bit. Alright, so let's move up to the Redmond Forever team. Oh, and sorry, I forgot to say that Shola's Lemobi got an armor bust injury on the pitch in this match. So it's a blitzer with block, dodge, tackle, guard being armor bust. We're going to see if he's going to fire him or if he's going to keep him. Moving to the Redmond Forever, we've got a loss in fan factor of 1k fans going back to 7. And then we can see Snabdk, the level up we didn't analyze last week was a block, which was used in this match. And we've got an MNG on Nizzle Scuttle, the gutter runner with dodge and wrestle. Also, we can see the death of Screery the Little, which was just a lineman, a rookie lineman. We can see this team is having quite a hard time keeping their players on the pitch. Surely having too many journeymen is not great for the Dusk Bunny, considering they inflate the team value a lot, especially when they start becoming 5 and 6 loners. Also, the rerolls are not as effective as you'd want them to be. Yet, they are still cannon fodder, so it's like, it's a bit hard to balance how many journeymen and how many line rats you want, but with that treasury you can only afford one, I guess, 1 or 2, probably just 1. Alright, moving up to our prediction board. Let's see. So, oh, I closed everything. Not good. As we said, the winner is Aringzord with the iTunes Hustlers. So let's see who got the prediction correctly. The winner of this prediction are Anoraf, me, and Beer Monkey. Congratulations. I'm gonna assign the point now. So sorry, I forgot. We got Anoraf. Up to 31. And there's me going up to 27. And then we've got Beer Monkey up to 28. Alright. We are going to move up to the next match. Like I said, this is a very fast weekly recap. Let's see. So it's Heroes of Time Forgotten against the Big Wolf Rescue. Probably one of the few very balanced matches we've got this week, considering the admins and very unfair, I would say, dices on the other games. So we can see the Heroes of Time Forgotten and the Big Wolf Rescue with a 1-1 tie. We got on Heroes of Time Forgotten side 1 touchdown and 17 armor breaks against the Big Wolf Rescue, who have 1 touchdown, 1 pass, 1 death, and 14 armor breaks. We can see the MVPs for an Orroff team going on Spine Collector, going up to 5 SPPs, his first SPPs as a rookie ghoul. Then we can see on Big Wolf Rescue side, Dylan the Dead getting an MVP, a rookie zombie who just got the level up thanks to the MVP. For the ball possession, we can see Heroes of Time Forgotten having the ball most of the time with a 68% on ball possession, with a 50% on occupation of opponent's half. So very aggressive plays for Heroes of Time Forgotten. Maybe Big Wolf Rescue in this game kinda managed to get a trick out of their heads and stealing or at least stopping Heroes of Time Forgotten from scoring somewhere and somehow during the match. We can see the Big Wolf Rescue with a 25% in ball possession, so very few ball possession, just enough to score a touchdown. We can see from the Big Wolf Rescue 1 pass and 1 catch, with the Heroes of Time Forgotten not going for the pass plays. We can see Heroes of Time Forgotten throwing 57 blocks against the 44 blocks from Big Wolf Rescue. Out of those 57 blocks, we can see 4 KOs inflicted, 5 injuries inflicted, and 1 kill inflicted. While from Big Wolf Rescue side, we've got 2 KOs inflicted and 1 injury inflicted. We can see the Heroes of Time Forgotten running more than double the distance from the Big Wolf Rescue, very strange considering they are undead. Moving to the SPPs, we've got 5 SPPs on Spine Collector, 4 SPPs on Kronar the Tyrant, 4 SPPs on Nazalmun the Great, 3 SPPs on Mudcrawler, and 2 SPPs on Cranium Robber. This was for Heroes of Time Forgotten. Moving to Big Wolf Rescue, we've got 5 SPPs on Dylan the Dead, 1 SPP on Jeff the Plague Snatcher, 2 SPPs on Howard the Furry, and 3 SPPs on Reinka the Champion. Let's move on to the analysis of the D6s and the dice rolls. For the Heroes of Time Forgotten, we got 23 ones against 13 sixes, so not really that great, with the average stuff in the middle. We can see for the armor rolls, 14 failures on armor rolls against the 16 successful armor rolls. Out of those 14 failures, we've got 3 injuries, which ended up in just 1 casualty. We can see just 1 successful dodge, so the ghouls didn't have to dodge around tackling the necromantics players, which is good because you don't want them to do that. We've got 6 successful catches, a lot of catches from the Heroes of Time Forgotten against just the 3 failures. Then we've got 4 successful going for it with just 1 failure. We can see regen working, so no troubles at all for the Heroes of Time Forgotten. We can see 1 failure and 3 successful pickups, and then we've got 2 failed KO rolls with 1 successful KO roll. Moving to the Big Wolf Rescue, we've got 21s and 32 sixes, with average stuff in the middle, but a lot of 5s as well, considering that they had to deal with some damage though. We've got 14 failures on armor roll against 28 successful armor rolls, so I would say that the armor still held up quite nicely considering the amount of blocks they had to endure. However, out of those 14 failures on armor rolls, we can see 9 of those being injuries, so this is quite great and a bit terrible for the Big Wolf Rescue. And out of those 9 injuries, 3 ended up in casualties. Also, we can see 3 failed rolls on regen, with just 2 successful rolls on regen. Then for the dodges, we've got 17 dodges made by the Big Wolf Rescue, a huge amount of dodges, and then we've got just 2 failures on them. So I would say this is way above average for a mostly AG-free team. We've got 5 successful going for it with no failures. We've got 2 successful pickups with no failures. We got 1 successful pass and 1 failure on the pass. We got 3 successful KO rolls with just 1 failure. And then we got 2 successful catches. Moving to the blocking dices. We've got on Heroes of Time Forgotten side 26 skulls against 19 pals. We've got 1 in 36 being rerolled here. Then we've got some buff downs being taken. 1 in 9 here. We can see some free dices, nothing interesting. Okay, we've got a 1 in 36 here being rerolled, still from Heroes of Time Forgotten, so that's 2. And another 1 in 36 here being rerolled from Oswald the Villain, and a 1 in 9 here being accepted. Not too terrible, some 1 in 36s to deal with. Moving to the Big Wolf Rescue, we've got 17 skulls against 24 POWs. We can see some buff downs being taken from Cowie the Orator against Spine Collector. So this should be a hit, if I'm correct. I mean, Spine Collector, I don't think he has buff down right now. We're gonna check it later. We can see an uphill dice being thrown here, ending up in a skull. And then we've got a 1 in 9 here being rerolled, but still ending up in a buff down, I would guess. Then we got a buff down here being rerolled into a push. This is interesting. I would say this is probably trying to surf the player with just 1 dice, so very aggressive here from Howard the Furry and from his coach. We can see a 1 in 6 here being rerolled into a POW, another 1 in 6 here being rerolled into another POW, and we got a 1 in 36 here being rerolled into a double POW. So a mix of aggressive dices and defensive dices. Alright, so this was the dice analysis of the match. As we said, a 1-1 tie, very well deserved from both coaches. Surely wasn't a easy match for either of them. And let's move to the team prediction. Yeah, I'm completely getting this messed up today. The team development, sorry. So from Heroes of Time Forgotten side and Olaf side, we've got a loss of 1k fans going back to 9, and we can see Virigard the Deceased being hired to the team. No level ups. No, yeah, there is a level up. It's on Nuzzlemoon the Great, getting Stand Firm, which is good for Mummy. No more surf potential, and also someone you can place on the line of scrimmage to avoid chain pushes for the 1/3 touchdowns, and also other stuff considering guard. And then I would say that Mudcrawler, the Gargoyle, is just 1 SCP away from his level up, and also Spine Collector, which doesn't have blocks, so those were actually hits, the one we mentioned before. We can see him also being 1 pass away from getting a level up. Yeah, I would say that's all the interesting stuff we can say about this team for now. Moving to the Big Wolf Rescue REBBL Llama team, we got a loss of 1k fans going back to 10. Then we can see 2 nice level ups on Reinke the Champion, the weak getting dodge, so it's a nice Mighty Blue Tackle Guard dodge piece, very useful, and especially for his survivability. Then we've got a block on Dylan the Dead zombie getting his level up, the one we mentioned before, and we can see Alan Postmortem being hired to the team. Then we've got, as retired players, we got John the Anatomist, a zombie with Niggle, and we can see the death of Alan the Barber, a rookie zombie. Also, we got John McSlane, a black zombie, being MNG'd for the next match. Alright, this was the team development of the 2 teams, and let's move up to our team predictions. Alright, so let's see here. Heroes of Time Forgotten, it's a draw. So the winner of these match predictions are Draconius and Corbor. Very nice, I'm gonna to assign your points. So Draconius going up 21 and Corbor going up to 34. Just making a quick check, not messing anything up. Alright, yeah, it's correct. Alright, let's close the prediction board and let's move to the last match of the week, the Red Bull Chorfing against the God2 Eagles. So it's a 2-0 victory for the Red Bull Chorfing. We've got 2 touchdowns, 19 armor breaks and 1 expulsion for the Red Bull Chorfing against the just 1 pass, 9 armor breaks and 2 expulsion from the God2 Eagles. We can see the MVP going to Garak Quicktooth, getting a very nice level up here between the MVP and also the stuff he did during the match. And we can see the MVP on Meki Ngombo, a rookie Underworld Goblin for the God2 Eagles. Let's move to the statistics of this match. We can see the Red Bull Chorfing dominating the ball game with a 75% of ball possession, and the God2 Eagles getting just a 6%, which I would say was a pickup and maybe 1 or 2 turns before being sacked. We can see the God2 Eagles throwing more blocks than the Red Bull Chorfing, however they suffered way more damage. So for the Red Bull Chorfing we got 34 blocks succeeded, being 3 KOs inflicted and 6 injuries inflicted, with 92 yards running. I'm mentioning this because of what I'm going to say now. We can see for the God2 Eagles 46 blocks succeeded with just 1 KO inflicted and 1 injury inflicted, but just 10 yards running. So the Godhead Eagles really had a hard time doing anything during this match, anything that required movement or blocks or the ball play, the ball game. As I said before, this was a very strange week between admin wins and fairly unbalanced matches. We can see on the Red Bull Chorfing side 10 SPPs, a huge amount of SPPs on Garak Quicktooth. We got 2 SPPs on Bartan Burnt Soul. We got 2 SPPs on Bartak Lazy Blitz, 4 SPPs on Utkal Red Bull. Then we got 2 SPPs on Talund Bloodaxe and 3 SPPs on Smax Ghostbane. Moving to the God2 Eagles, we got 5 SPPs on Making Gombo, 2 SPPs on Paul Boswell, and 1 SPP on Genobost. For the dice rolls, for the Red Bull Chorfing D6s, we got 25 ones and just 12 sixes. So not great dices for the Red Bull Chorfing, however they also didn't have to throw too many. We can see 1 failed catch and 1 successful catch. Then we've got 9 failures on armor rolls against 23 successful armor rolls, something you'd expect from Chorfs. Out of those 9 failures on armor rolls, 2 were injuries, which ended up in 2 casualties. Then we've got 12 going for it, being successful with just 1 failure. We got 1 successful KO and 2 successful pickups with 1 failure. So not a lot of D6s being thrown around, and blocking game being way more influential for the Red Bull Chorfing in this match. We can see the Godhood Eagles throwing way more dices, of course, with 27 ones and 30 sixes. On armor rolls, this is quite a disaster for the God2 Eagles, having 18 failed armor rolls, with just 10 successful armor rolls. Out of those 18 failures, we can see 6 injuries, which ended up in... okay, so which ended up in no casualties, so at least the team is safe. However, they had to deal with a lot of stuns, KOs, and no long-term injuries during the match, not allowing them to actually have any movement and what you need from stunty teams. We can see 15 successful dodges with 6 failures, so I would say average, all in all. We've got 4 successful going for it with no failures. We've got 1 KO failing to get up with 3 successful KO rolls. We got 1 successful catch, 1 failed region roll, then we've got 1 successful pass and 2 failed pickups. So he could not pick up the ball. Let's move to the blocking dices of the two teams. So for the Red Bull Chorfing, we've got 13 skulls with 9 pows and a lot of average stuff in the middle, but with 21 both downs, which probably went in favor for the Red Bull Chorfing. We've got a 1 in 9 here being rerolled, a lot of buff down in general being accepted. We can see a 1 in 36 being rerolled into a 1 in 9, ending up in a buff down from Bartak Lazy Blitz, so player with block. And we got another 1 in 36 being rerolled into a POW. So very good blocking dices from the Red Bull Chorfing. Moving to the God-to-8 Eagles blocking dices, we can see 19 Scars and 19 POWs with average stuff in the middle. So as we said, the God-to-8 Eagles threw more blocks. Maybe they were even more successful, but they couldn't penetrate the Chor Farmer for obvious reason. We can see, I would guess, an uphill blocking dice being rerolled and still filling onto a skull. We can see a lot of defender, stumble, and POWs on this page. We got a 1 in 9 being rerolled into a defender stumble. We got a 1 in 9 here being rerolled into a push. We got a 1 in 6 here being rerolled into a push, and we got a 1 in 36 here being rerolled into a push. So that's it for the God-to-8 Eagles and the Red Bull Chorfing dice analysis. As we said, it's a 2-0 victory for the Red Bull Chorfing against the God-to-8 Eagles. Let's go and check their team developments. Alright, so we've got for the Red Bull Chorfing an increase of fun factor of 1k fans going up to 10. And then we can see a nice level up on Smax Ghostbane, the ball handler Hobgoblin getting fanned. So very nice defensive skill. Then we can see the level ups on Garak Quicktooth getting Stand Firm and Tanlund Bloodaxe getting Guard. So standard level ups for already well developed Chaos Dwarf blockers. Also, we've got Great Mighty Zord and Hobgoblin being MNG'd for the next match. All in all, this is what you expect from a very much winning team. For the God-to-8 Eagles, we got a loss in fan factor going back to 8, and we've got a new Underworld Goblin being hired called Henry Anier, and no level ups whatsoever. So we can see making combo being close to a level up, probably getting 2 heads as well. We can see Mark Overmars, the Skaven Blitzer, the killing piece with Claw and Mighty Blow, being just 1 injury away from getting a level up. Then we've got Obi Verlust being close to a level up with 1 MVP. And then we've got El Sobrito, an Underworld Goblin with 2 heads being close to a level up with either a touchdown or an injury inflicted. So the team is still safe after that match, but they couldn't really do much stuff considering all the failed armor rolls. Alright, and that's it for these two teams' development. I didn't want to close the match because we still are missing our last predictions of the week. So we're going to assign the points to the winners, and the winners are, oh, that's a lot of winners for the last match of the week. So let's go and tell them all. So the winners are Herringzord, Anoraf, Draconios, me, Corbor, and Beer Monkey. Congratulations to everyone. I'm going to assign you your points. Herringzord going up to 28. We got Anoraf going up to 32. Then we got Draconios going up to 22. Me going up to 28. Then we've got Corbor going up to 35. And we've got Beer Monkey going up to 29. Very nice. So about the prediction board, we've got 3 weeks left. There should be at least one more rivalry match laying around. And so yeah, about the prediction board, we can see Corbor and Anoraf being closed one to another for the first place. with Herringzord and Beer Monkey and me just trailing behind for the second and third place. Then we can see Fialuxa and Draconius being close at 22 for what I would say would be the fourth place. Alright, that's it for this week. Prediction, and let's move on to the leaderboard. So the leaderboard, as everyone has told me, I should have, instead of just taking a calculator and checking for what the points are, there is a very way simpler way to do this, which is going on REBBL.net. So I made a screenshot just before the stream, which should appear somewhere. It should work somehow. Sorry if you still get the bar down here. Blood Bowl is a full screen game. So for the points, we can already see Wanchi being at the top of the board with 21 points, and unless he loses all, I would say, all the 3 matches he has in front of him, he's pretty much fairly safe onto the playoff tickets. However, the iTunes Hustlers have a very nice delta on touchdowns, on touchdown difference. So if Herringzord manages to get all those wins, and for some reason Wanchi, instead of winning, gets, let's say, 1 or 2 losses and draws, so no more wins for Wanchi's, Herringzord actually has a fairly good chance for the tickets, mostly because of the touchdown difference in case they would end up on a par. I would say that in any case, Wanchi has either the playoff ticket or the Challenger Cup ticket in his hands. Like he is going to qualify for either of those. Most probably is the one that is going to get the playoff ticket. Now, for the Challenger Cup tickets, there's a bit more to tell. So we got Herringzord with his enormous touchdown difference, making that very difference in case of a par, as we said before. So Herringzord is most probably going to get his Challenger Cup ticket unless something very strange happens all of a sudden. We can see REBBL Llama and Herringzord being with the same record, with the same points, and with the 3 touchdown difference. So even if REBBL Llama managed to par on Wanchi and Herringzord, and all of that would become a confused mess, I would say that REBBL Llama doesn't really stand a great chance at the playoff tickets. This meaning not on REBBL Llama skills, because even if the Big Wolf Rescue win all the matches, we still have to consider the fact that Herringzord and Wanchi have better touchdown differentials for now. So REBBL Llama chances of getting the playoff tickets are low, but not impossible. Then for the other coaches around the board, as we can see from the statistics that someone shared in the Discord, I'm sorry, I don't remember who was it. I'm going to check very soon. Okay, it was Herringzord. Thank you, Herringzord. So considering what Herringzord posted on the Discord channel, we can see that Madevi96, Corbor, Fuiger, Fiatluxa, and Morales are statistically out of the race to get a ticket in general. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams are going to compete for the mid-table and for the honor of for the honor of their own team and for their fans. Then for the others, we can see Anoraf being very close to Herringzord and REBBL Llama, and just 1 point above everyone else on the rest of the leaderboard. So he is the one that, considering maybe some losses from the Big Wolf Rescue, might just steal that Challenger Cup ticket from REBBL Llama. That would be incredible, because still the record right now for REBBL Llama is way better than pretty much every team on the board. So it's going to be a huge feat from Honora to take the challenger ticket right off the werewolf clause. Then we've got Graph Billy's Vendetta, Menor Mappes, Dark Mode for the win, Dusk Bunny, and Draconius, who are still in the race for the challenger tickets. However, this is going to be a very, very hard time. I don't really see any of this team being able to compete with the in general the records of the teams we can see up above the board. This doesn't mean the race is over. We still got 3 matches, and in 3 matches everything can happen. All of a sudden one of the teams could be absolutely pulverized by a fireball and killing 6 players. So before taking the conclusion that this is the fixed board, I would say that we still have to see at least what happens in week 10, which means next week in our next weekly recap. So this was Mattia96 doing the week 9 recap for GMAN Division 4B Season 15. I hope you have enjoyed. Sorry if this was a bit down low, but I had some troubles both with the machinery and trying to make it work, quite like in Warhammer 40k, and also some personal troubles. Sorry, I don't want to wait that on you, but yeah. So I hope next week I'll be a bit more energetic, and I hope to see you there on to week 10 recap stream, which is going to be extremely interesting as the leaderboard will get close to be fixed and see who is going to qualify for those sweet REBBL playoffs and Challenger Cup. Also, I hope to see you guys on the 2 cups that are happening this Saturday and next Saturday, both the Chaos Cup and the huge Jacket Man, if I spelled it correctly, cups, the 1 day cups, which I'm very excited for. 1 minute turns and a lot of REBBL madness, as the admins got us used to them. Yeah, that is a bit messed up on my English, but it's fine. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you had a great week. I hope you are going to get a nice, very cozy and maybe warmer week next week. Get indoor, don't get a cold, because you need coaches without colds to win matches. Anyway, hope to see you next week, and bye bye.